I got a lot done last night. So I got one arm completely done, completely covered. Um, Still works pretty well. Arm rod got in. Don't know if I'll ever get it out again. And I did do most of the other one. I got his hand completely sewn and started his arm, the covering for his arm. Funny thing is, I have used up just about all of my fabric. I don't know if you can see this, but I had to join 3 pieces to get enough to make an arm. So good thing he has sleeves. That's all I gotta say. Actually, I think in the worst case scenario, this is as much as you'd see. But I was worried about the color transition, so I ended up doing the whole thing. And I probably only needed 2. This is almost long enough, but these are the biggest pieces I had left. The rest of what I have left is basically gonna make up eyelids and inside mouth palettes. And this is all the fabric I have left over a yard of fabric that I made, or it was just under a yard because it was actually left over from the honey puppet. But yeah, that's all these little scraps. That's all I have left. This is almost big enough to have used, but the stretch is going in the wrong way, so I couldn't really use it for the arm. So, oh, and actually, this one is a little bit different color too. I think. I don't know. Who knows? Somebody who's not colorblind would know. So anyway, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna clean up this. I'm gonna finish up this arm, and then I'm gonna make him a new shirt, and then I'm gonna make him a lab coat, and I think he'll be done today or maybe tomorrow. Let me make sure my sound's on. Yeah, okay. My eye's doing horribly today, although it's better than it was yesterday. When I say horribly, it's just that the distortion's basically in the center of my eye, although it is smaller. So that's. I'm gonna be happy when this is over. Not that I can thread it. I should have threaded a needle off stage too, off camera. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna do the ladder stitch all the way up this arm, and then I'm gonna attach it to the hand, and then I'm gonna cut off the excess and just kind of stitch it on, and then this arm will be done. So hopefully this will be fairly quick. Hi, Tilly. I kind of think this isn't tight at the end. There we go. I don't like to work from scraps of pieces, but I would never match this color. I have no idea how I dyed it. I dyed it maybe, what, 6 years ago? 5 years ago? I think close to 6. Aside from some spots on a, or some, I think I made some spines on a dragon puppet. That's all. That's all I've used this stuff for. So glad to be done with it. Do make a knot. Do not want to make a knot. Oh well, here we go. I'm doing a great job of sewing this thing. I love that the one part of this that somebody might see is going to be the worst sewn of all of it. It's okay. Okay, here we go. See, as you get going, it goes a little faster. Once you get a knot, then it doesn't. You can see though how well these this old Antron hides seams though. I mean, not necessarily this seam, but like there's a seam right here, which I mean, I have a hard time seeing. This is the old Georgia stage, or the medium Georgia stage. It was done, I want to say around 2005, 2006. I believe it was the same factory but different thread. So it doesn't have that shimmery look to it, and it came pre-dyed. Came pre-dyed as what they called flesh or peach, and it was a sickly yellowy pale color that I bought a bunch of it and then ended up re-dyeing all of it, or dyeing something on top of all of it. So trying to match this color, not knowing what the original color was, not being able to see color, I never even get close. In fact, that was one of the things on um, Honey that they didn't like, is that I had two different colors for the arms. Different, each set of arms match each other, but they couldn't. They were slightly off, and this was the second batch because I ran out of the first. It had almost a yard left over. started this project, which I'm glad I did. And this is just about 5 inches around, 15-inch piece of fabric, a square rectangular fabric, and I have the stretch going this way. So for those of you playing at home. One of the other things about this fabric is that it was lighter at one end than the other. So when I was trying to piece together pieces of it, I had to throw out a fairly big size. I think I even showed it just now. A fabric that was slightly different color than the rest of it. So it would have been kind of, it wouldn't really matter. Aside from at the wrist, you're never going to see this thing, but. All right. Still a little short. Okay, so I did need that third piece. I'm glad I grafted it on there. Okay. I just want to make sure I have this set up right, because once I put it on, it's on. Okay, so that's the. Oh, did I put that on wrong? Let me see. Gotta check my own arm. I think that's right. Okay. It's gonna go like so. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So many of my puppets that I made early on ended up having the elbows and going the wrong direction on at least one of the arms. So I get a little bit paranoid about it. I think I'm gonna edit this down into just a video of me trying to thread a needle. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I was joking when I said that. Oh, for crying out loud. I need Laura Baldwin to come over here and thread needles for me. There we go. Okay. Oh boy, there was a video. Okay. Okay. Probably gonna pay the price for not tying a knot right there. I'll do it right now. Put it on camera here. See, I don't like to have this seam at the wrist or the neck, but sometimes you can't get around it because there's no way that I could have made it so that this all could have been one piece. Not only because of the fact that I didn't have enough material, but it just going from this big old claw to the skinny wrist is just would never work like it does on some of the other flatter hands that I do. And I'm probably going to go around this 1.5 times. So I'm not 100% sure those first stitches were all that great. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Maybe I'll keep going around just a little bit more. I always tend to or over-engineer the arms and the mouth because of all the things that are going to break. Those are the things that are going to break because they're used more than anything else. A lot of times you can cut corners on the bodies. You know, like I'm not going to cover um, the inside or the under the shirt of him because nobody will ever see it, and I don't have any fabric anyway. Um, all right, but yeah, not covering the arms can be problematic, and not uh, double gluing the mouth or whatever. Doing everything you can to make sure it's not going to break. Okay. Now I'm going to cut the very edge of this thing off, the rest of this arm, without cutting the shoelaces. Don't want to cut those shoelaces. See, I'm not 100% sure that I did this right. Yeah, because that arm's on the wrong side. I may have to redo this stitch, this at least part of this. I think it's not right. Let me see. Okay, so this is one arm. This is the front arm, or the this is the right arm. Let me pin that guy on. Okay, so that's the right arm. You know what? It's just not hanging right, but let's see. Okay, so this is the right arm. The elbow's going. Is it the left arm? Oh my gosh, this whole thing is a mess. Okay, let me make sure. I'm so paranoid about this. All right, so they both have them on that side. Okay, so they're both facing up. The rod's in opposite directions. They both have the elbows going this way. This is the shoulder. So that should be on that side. Okay. All right. And then this one is going this way. And the shoulder is, oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. It's stressing me out. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure it's right. Okay. So this one goes like so. Just trying not to cut these shoelaces. Okay. All right. Now, usually I pattern this stuff out, but of course I didn't on this puppet. And I think I just paid the price just then. Okay, let's see. See, I think I cut that thing a little too short, but it's not going to be a big deal. I think I'm going to get a longer piece of thread. This is great. Well, I don't know if it was great, but there's a great gag in one of these. It's like an old Merry Melodies cartoon, or maybe even an old Silly Symphonies, um, where there's this mouse trying to thread a needle, and he closes one eye, like I'm doing right now, and he tries to stick the thread through, and then his whole arm goes through the hole. There we go. This Frankenstein arm. All you collectors out there, if you can tell that this is a Steve Troop original by the number of seams there are in the left arm in Zoidberg. Yeah, I cut this too short. That's okay though. That's what I get for doing this on camera. No one will ever see this, just like nobody is ever going to see this video. I'm just doing a bang-up job here. Come on. Oh my gosh, I'm picking up so many little pieces of string or thread and scraps of fabric in this thing. All right, here we go. Okay, second arm is done. Thank goodness. All right. Oh, I forgot this is attached. Okay, so there's not. I hope this works. All right. Oh, and the first arm already fell off. could just make the hole, but I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay, so okay, well, his claws are working in the right way, but I think his elbows are on upside down. Let's see. That one's wrong. And that one's wrong. Okay, let me see if I can just swap them out. This is what I run into every single time. Okay, let's try swapping. So that's the elbows right, but now the hands are upside down. So I've got to, the only thing I can do is open these up and turn the elbows around. Rats. And again, it's so easy to get confused. It could be right. And I just, before I do this, I'm going to make sure. Okay, so that's this arm. Yeah. Okay, so I just got to spin that around. I think the only way to do it is to take that seam out and do it all over again. Okay, I'm going to think about this a little bit and I'll come back. Let me think. Wait 1 second. I might be able to just do this. Actually, let me think about this for a second. That, it needs to be, oh, and now it's working right. What's going on? So that needs to be this way. Yeah, so I think if I just take out this right here, let me think about this. So I'm glad that I double stitched all that. But it's better to get it done now than after everything's together and it's more work to take everything apart. Or you sell it to somebody and they hate it because it's so hard to use. So the seam may end up on the wrong side, but at this point I don't really care. Okay, so let's figure this out. This goes like this. Yeah, okay. Which looks like it's the same way as I did it before, so I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so that's okay, wait. I'm getting confused. It's so easy for me to get confused with these things. All right. So his hands sit like this. This needs to be like that. Okay. So that's the way it needs to be. Let me fix the other one too before I forget. Okay, so. This is what I get for doing this at 2 in the morning. Or 11 in the morning. Okay. This is a perfect crime, though. Nobody will ever see this video. Okay. All right. That goes like that. This is the elbow. There's this. Okay. That's in the right spot. Put that in. That in. This in. All right. Now, I'm going to thread that needle again. I'm going to sew that in place so that, believe me, this happens more often than you know. But as I video more of these things, you'll know more and more how many times I do this. Hey, but look at how fast practice I was able to get that threaded so fast. Okay. Wish I had made that discovery before I finished the second hand. But that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's just not okay to leave them. Thing about me, and the thing I always have to catch myself for, and I used to do this a lot when I was building or doing anything, is I would spend all this time trying to make it, fix a mistake. Like I make a mistake and I go to great pains to make it look as good as I can. And then I show it to somebody and they say, "Oh, that looks perfect." And I say, "Oh, no. What about this one spot here where I made the mistake?" It's like, just keep your mouth shut. This is why this video evidence needs to go. See, I could cut off the whole front of this video, and I think people would think I was perfect. Stuff that in there. I have kind of the same problem with Eddie's arms, or with the dog arms, in that I kind of feel like everything needs to be turned about 45 degrees on that elbow and stuff. So maybe I need to alter that pattern. I'm just trying to clean up some of those early um, early threads that didn't get as tight as I'd like it to be. Okay. All right, there's one arm that's done again. All right. Hopefully that other one will be just as easy to fix. I suppose in the future I should pin everything on and then test it out and then sew it up. Instead of doing one arm, considering it done, and then doing the other one exactly the same way, only to find out that both of them are wrong. When I used to redo the Melonpool puppets, back in the day, I would build all 6 of them about every 2 years. And I'd come up with some new technique to do the mouth palette. And I'd build the first one, it would work, and then I would rebuild all of them to match. And then right about the time I was finishing the last one, the 6th one, the first one would break. And then I knew it was just a matter of time before, in order, all of them broke. So usually the way I would do it is I would do the character I used the least first, and then work my all the way up to Melonpool would be the last one. So at least I knew the one I was going to be working on it with probably would last the longest, the batch, and benefit from anything I discovered along the way to doing it. Okay. Got so much bread on this table. Okay. See, my original idea was to completely take out the seam along the arm, turn the elbow till it was in the right position, and then re-sew everything up. But I think this is a lot easier way to do it. I thought I was almost done. Okay, and I'm going to go around yet again just to clean up some of this early stuff. There's still threads left over from the first version of this. Okay, let me put it on camera for you guys. Okay. I was going to finish, but then I realized just how bad this part was. Okay. All right. Oh, there's somebody here. Hey, Chase, how's it going? All right. I think I did it right this time. Let's see. Okay, this is this arm. Wait, this is that arm. Okay, there we go. That is that arm. The elbow's in the right spot. So I didn't have a chance to look in my storage locker yet. My recollection is that there's this, and again, I don't know how many of them I actually still have. I think I have one of each of the ones that Eric did, and I could probably copy them if I needed to. But there was the Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful one, which had the original let's see. Okay. Had the original song on it, and then I think two others. All right, so there he goes. Now his elbows are in the right spot. A little unwieldy, but there we go. And then there was 6 1/2 dozen the other, and what was the other song? He did like 3 songs, and then there was the Melonpool Rock one, which is the Gilligan's Island one, and then there was oh god, what was the other one? The Melonpool Out of This World. I think that was it. I think there was just those 3. Most of them would fit on one CD, so I could actually just burn you a new copy if I needed to, or upload them someplace. Yeah, there we go. Make sure. Those are big old hands. All right, great. Fantastic. They work. Oh, I probably the easiest way would be, so I know that I have at least one copy of each, and if I have more than one, you're welcome to them. But if I don't, I just have to make a copy of it and send it off to you. Or I could just upload it to the files to download, so you can do whatever you want with them. But yeah, I'll have to see. I don't remember how much we sold them for originally, and like I said, I don't know what I have in stock. I just know that there's a couple of let me go look just 1 second. I might have one in the other room. All right. See what I got here. So this is one of them. This is the Julia Bates Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful CD. And it might just be the case. Now there's the there's the artwork. And so it has Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful, the Melonpool Overture, and Out of This World. So that's one of the CDs. Let's see what else I got. This is another one. And again, these might be the only copies I have of them, but if I have any extras, I'll let you know. And this one has Gotta Get It Going On, Overdue, and Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful dance mix. And then this is the artwork that's on that one. Yeah, I used to be somebody. That's what I always tell people. Let's see. I know there's another one that has the Millpool song. I mean, the Gilligan's Island parody on it. So I do have 2 copies of this one. Yeah, so I got one of these. Okay. So you're welcome to this one. I'll sell it to you for like $10 if you want it. And I'm not sure what else I have. I have another box that's out in the storage locker. 1 trillion. I'll take $1 trillion for it. Yeah, I'll put this someplace where I won't forget it. Where it is. You can even try and get Eric to sign it if you want. Okay, so let's see. Next up, I'm gonna, I guess, alter this smock. Yeah, send me an email with your address, and I'll get that in the mail to you. And I'll make a copy of that other one for you if I don't find another copy of it. Like I said, I think there's a third one. I think the third one has the movie on it, and I think it has the movie and the Gilligan's Island parody. And actually, that one, oh, I might actually have that one as just a loose disc. I don't think it had a case. Yeah, that's what it was. That one was an insert that was in the 4th book that I didn't. That I just. I had 100 of them manufactured, and I put, I think, in 90 of them that I sold, I put a little envelope in the back and stuck them all in. And then I think that I still have maybe 5 or 6 of them left over from that run. So if I do, I'll throw that in as well. But yeah, so I do have it. I do have 2 of the 3. All right, let me figure this out. So I think what I'm going to do is I think that I'm going to make his collar out of one of these sleeves. And I don't need the pocket. And I don't need the V-neck, but I think there's enough material here to do the rest of it. I think. So I'm going to remove that collar, that neck, or that pocket. Now, if you thought me threading a needle was awe-inspiring, wait till you see this. Actually, I don't even know if I should even bother with taking off this pocket. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Is I will make the pattern and make it try and avoid this pocket, and then if I need to, I can just take off the part that I had to cut into. I did get a deal though. This was $11.98 originally, and I got it for $1.98. What is this? I think I have a couple copies of the old Melonpool Con exclusive too. If I can find that, I'll throw that in there too. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I wanted to be able to keep at least one for the archive, but like I said, I think I do definitely have two of that one. So here goes nothing. I'm going to make that into his collar. I'll probably use the front or use the back for the front and the front for the back, since there's no pocket on the back. So that's the front. I can show you that. Let me go grab the Melonpool Con exclusive. I know I have several copies of that thing. There actually were two Con exclusives, which I have multiple copies of both. So this is one of them. This is the Melonpool Wrath of the Con, and I was doing a graphic novel which I never finished, but this is the first 28 pages of it. It ends on a cliffhanger, like a lot of my things, and I never finished. And the other one is, this is something Eric actually made to go along with the one of the CD releases, and it's all about Jalea Bates as if it was like a Tiger Beat type magazine with all the, and we had fan art. And I think this CD went with that other CD that we had, and it has the lyrics and all that stuff. So yeah, I only had book 1, 2, and 3 out at that point. And my old home address. So there you go. So I'll throw these in as well. And that's basically just covering the postage. I think $10 to get it there. Okay, that's the back. This is the right side. I want to use this edge because it's already serged and everything. I don't remember there being that many darks in this thing. Well, oh. Well, that's why I can't find anything. This is the Ben Franklin patterns. That's why you label everything, everybody. I gotta make sure there's no Zoidbergs in here. Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin. Okay. All right. I could do PayPal, but they take such a big cut out of me. Cut out of my thing. Usually, if you could do 13 instead of 10, that'll cover their service fee that always gets me. I can do PayPal. I guess that's the pattern. Oops. This is not the pattern. I'm not sure what this is. Cool. Yeah. I'll get those in the mail to you tomorrow. Okay, where are these patterns? Because that is not what that is. There we go. These are the ones I want. Great. Oh, there might be enough for both. Look at that. It'll fit. I can get both on this one piece of fabric, which is great. I guess I won't be using the serge stuff after all. Okay, have a good day, Chase. You know what? I am not going to use the bottom of this for the shirt. I'm going to use it for the collar. I think that'd be much better use of it. It's already serged and it's ready to go. Let me cut that off. And I got to remember to put the seam allowance and all this stuff. Because I may actually want to make it just a little bit bigger too, so that since it doesn't have any stretch to it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just use the one that I dyed. Yeah, that's going to show up. We'll see if these work. I have some of these pens. Supposedly, if you iron them, the lines will come off. Okay, that one works at least. Great. I feel like this color is still a little dark, but I did the best I could. One piece. That's almost the right size. Oh. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how I do it. And the pocket's right there on the front. Oh, we got plenty of space. Well, I don't know if plenty, but I got enough space. Actually, I can put this on at an angle if I need to. Well, I'm going to end up cutting into that pocket just a little bit, but it's better be safe than sorry, I think. Actually, I'll do it that way then. All right, that's the best option, to do it upside down. There was enough room to do both sides on the back, but I thought it would be better to use that serged edge for the fabric in case I needed it. So I don't have enough for the front from the back, but it'll be fine. I keep telling myself it'll be fine. I don't think I have any interfacing left. At least not ones that are big enough. So I may have to do without. See, if Joann's was still in business, I could just go down to Joann's. I'm doing a pretty big single seam allowance on this because, again, there's no stretch to this fabric. There was stretch on the original. So I want to give it just a little bit extra in case I need it. I'm going right through that pocket. I can feel it. I am actually going to have to remove at least one pocket from the other one, from the lab coat, because it has 4 pockets on it. He only has 1. But that's a win on that, because then I don't have to worry about making a pocket if I can line it up just right. So this is how much of the pocket is left on here, which probably would fit underneath, but I think I'll try and take it off. I have a seam ripper, but I usually do more harm than good with it. There we go. That was easy. The perfect crime. All right. Oh. I stabbed myself with the scissors. Okay, so I think I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna hem that. Okay. Right side to right side. got both of those done. Okay, I am going to take a break and have some lunch. But I got part of his new undershirt done, or at least pinned. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use the. I mean, that looks so good. I think I might just make his little collar like this. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I do it. We'll know soon enough how I figure this out. All right, I'm going to take a lunch, and then I'll be back in about an hour. See you guys later.